Prolonged sitting is one of the most damaging activities for your back and neck. When you sit for a long time, the tissues in and around your spine and your back and neck are subjected to very unhealthy loads. This is especially made worse if you have poor posture. But even if you maintain perfect posture, a lot of damage can occur. Why? Because of creep. Creep is a physiological process in our bodies that allows the tissues around the spine to bend and deform when subjected to load. Like most of the processes in our bodies that can cause pain, creep is a mostly positive thing. For instance, when you sit down, for about 20 minutes, creep kicks in, and that allows the tissues in your back to bend like rubber or plastic rather than snapping like glass. As you can imagine, that's mostly a good thing. The bad news is, when we sustain postures such as sitting for hours on end, there are two potentially painful consequences. First, there's short-term consequences. When creep kicks in and allows the discs and ligaments to bend, the muscles are now absorbing the load that those discs and other tissues were supposed to absorb, and the muscles become overloaded and go into spasm, causing immediate short-term pain. The second problem, and potentially more serious one, is that when you sustain a position, such as sitting, for hours on end, it takes a very long time for those tissues to return to normal once you've gotten up from the seated position. This makes your back and neck very vulnerable to injury. This is why you see so many injuries in airports and in police officers and firemen. Take a flight, for example. You sit for 6 to 8 hours for a long period of time, the creep process kicks in, you jump up out of that seat, walk a few yards or feet to pick up your bag, and boom, blow out a lumbar disc. It happens all the time. The same goes with a police officer when he or she sits in their car for a long period of time and then jumps out of the car to do quick ballistic movements. Puts them at a very high risk for back injury. So what do we do about the potentially damaging effects of creep? One simple word: move. Healthy movement is good for our bodies. If you find that you have to sit for a long period of time, such as at work, on a long flight, or a long car ride, it's optimal to get up every 15 to 20 minutes and move around. Walk to the bathroom, walk and get a drink of water. 5 to 10 minutes goes a long way. If you can't do that, then shift positions. If you have to stay in your seat, lean to one side every 15 minutes, lean to the other side, cross one leg over the other. That changes the specific parts of your body that are under load. Standing desks can be great too, but don't stand in the same position for hours on end, just like you don't want to sit. If you have a standing desk, shift your weight from one side, vary the height of the standing desk, or even move it from a standing to seated position every 15 to 20 minutes. That's what I personally do. Healthy movement is the best thing for your back and neck and for the rest of your body. Change comes with commitment. Remember to do this stuff regularly. If you have to, set an alarm. You're going to find that you feel a lot better in no time.